Okay, I'm here with Aunt Lillian. Okay, Aunt Lillian, what we want to know is what was it like back when you were growing up? Did you all ever experience racism?
We didn't recognize it. I'm sure we experienced it, but we didn't recognize it being racism.
Sure did.
We just said that white people stayed over there and we stayed where we stayed about 2 blocks away from them, and my mother worked for them, and
You ready?
I
Can
never
you sit by
heard.
Mama? Hey.
Morning.
Because sister said that when she was younger, and she had what did she have? Something with her back.
Spinal meningitis.
Right. She said, was that hard getting medical care for her back then, a black child? And
Okay. They transferred her when they diagnosed her with spinal meningitis.
Okay.
She was 7 months. And they sent her to the Med Center, University Hospital.
Okay.
And it was a little white child
Okay.
in the
doing
room.
today?
They put her in the room. They told her, I'm on the camera.
Oh, Lord,
And,
oh, wait.
and the family moved the little boy out
Uh-huh.
because he didn't want the boy in the room with Marion, who you call sister.
Uh-huh.
But when I went to see her, the white nurse told me it's better anyway. She said we can come in and pet and pamper
Oh.
Marion, and they did evidently, because when I went up there to see her after they opened the door, because she was in isolation,
Uh-huh.
and she did not recognize me, and she just reached for the white nurses, and they
Wow.
took her, and I know they had pampered and
So they
petted
took
her
good care of
because
her.
she just ignored us. But anyway, one of the nurses told us that's why she was in the room by herself. And I think I met that family
Yeah.
in Benton when I was working in Benton. I met the family.
Wow.
They had the little boy in the room with her.
Now, what was it like growing up when you all were small? How far back do you remember as little kids?
When I was 3,
What made you remember that?
when my brother was born, I remember Mama and Daddy telling me that I wasn't the baby anymore.
Did that
And
hurt?
I was 3, and that hurt. And I screamed, and I hollered, and I screamed. And one of my mother's cousin's wife came over and told my mother I was having spasms. I didn't know what she was talking about, but I knew it meant screaming and hollering. And she got picked me up. I was in the bed with Lucille.
Uh-huh.
And I was not going to be no big girl like Lucille later. And she picked me up and carried me out of the house like she was going to carry me to her house,
Uh-huh.
which was diagonally across from us. And her husband, who was Mama's first cousin,
Uh-huh.
told her to bring her here. And I knew that meant a whipping.
So what you
I knew.
The
And I
spasms left.
screamed louder. And the lady called Miss Osborne, told her to bring her to me. And I went over to Miss Osborne, and I called her Oz.
Uh-huh.
Oz was gray-eyed, fat, my complexion, brown hair. And they called me Lil Oz and her Big Oz. And I stayed around her till she died.
Wow.
That was my safe haven down at Oz.
Now, I remember Grandma and Grandpa living on Bank Street. Was that their first house?
That was the first house they ever lived in. I guess, because Lucille was born up the street here, on the corner, about a block and a half from here.
Well, where was that house? Is that house still there?
No,
Oh, okay. Well.
it's next to that barber shop.
Oh, okay.
That's where it was.
So at the time, that was just Grandma, Grandpa, and Mama, Lucille.
Yeah.
Why, somebody else was in the house?
Yeah.
Who?
Miss Stinson's sister.
Miss Lindsay.
Right.
Who is she?
She was the owner of the house, and my dad and my mother rented a room there for her, I guess.
She was blind, wasn't she?
Right. And she used
Mama
to
became
feed me.
almost a caretaker as well.
She fed me with her fingers. After she chewed it, then she gave it to me. That was my first baby food.
Okay, then it was you. When did they move?
Before they told
Before they told. Okay, so where did they move then?
A block and a half from where the house was that you remember.
Okay.
On Bank Street in Section 9.
Now, was that their house or they
That
were
was
renting?
their house. They bought that house.
Describe the house.
It would look like, when I knew it, I recognized that it was a barber shop on one side.
Uh-huh.
And it was a family on the other side, which was Daddy's niece and her husband. And that's the way I remember. And they had a son named Georgie B.
Any relation to you all? or
Yeah.
just- Really?
Yeah, she was my first cousin.
Okay. And then they moved to Bank Street. Was Aunt Letora born then?
Yeah, they were born there on the corner where I'm describing. And then they moved down on Bank Street, what you remember.
Yeah.
And that's where Titus and myself was born.
Now, how many bedrooms were in that house?
2 to start with, then they made took the back porch and boxed it in and made a room. So I guess you call it 3 bedroom.
And who stayed back there?
Later year, Daddy stayed back there. I don't ever remember anybody staying in that room but Daddy.
So all 4 of you all lived in 1 bedroom? All the kids?
Yeah.
How did that work? Did you all have bunk beds?
No, yes. Back then,
They didn't have bunk beds. Did they?
it wasn't no such thing as
I guess.
bunk bed.
So all 4 of you all were in 1 bed?
One dinner bed, that's what you did.
How was that?
Said what?
You all slept well together? All 4 of you all?
We fought a little bit sometime, and your mama would bring food to the bed, made like she was eating apple, but she was really eating iced potatoes. But we slept. Everybody slept in that room.
Now, when you all were growing up, did you have chores?
Yeah. They gave them to you. That didn't mean you did them. They always gave me the kitchen.
Why did they give you the kitchen?
I don't know why they did that, because I was the youngest.
Oh, so you got what nobody else wanted to
That's
get.
what it was.
Oh, okay. And who had the bathroom?
What bathroom? It was a toilet out in the backyard, in the garden. Wasn't no bathroom.
When you were growing up?
Yeah.
How'd you use the bathroom? You had to go out?
Go to the toilet. A slop jar. You had a slop jar with a bucket.
Uh-huh.
You sat on it.
Where was that at?
Any way you want to put it.
Oh! I thought it was attached to the floor.
It had a handle on it. You carried it in there, you carried it there, you used it.
In front of people?
No, you got it in a corner somewhere.
Suppose you
It fell over.
well, no, suppose you had a bowel movement.
I said you used it.
Oh.
Whatever.
So where was the toilet paper hanger?
Like this.
What did I ask for? So after you use it, you had to take it out and empty it?
Yeah, in the toilet.
Okay. So what? Okay, who cleaned the living room?
Lucille.
Probably Lucille.
That must have been an easy job.
Huh?
I put
Well, what-
flowers on the table.
Well, what did Uncle Titus have to do?
You the baby. You didn't do nothing.
What did Aunt Latora have to do?
Latora
What
was
her
the
to
most. Latora was the smartest. Latora could make things. She ironed. She kept her things and Titus's things neat. And Latora and I was the same size. Just 22 months
She
different.
wore them. They
And
told her why.
Latora had a closet.
Uh-huh.
Paper-like closet Mama bought. And she had all her clothes ironed in that closet.
Uh-huh.
Underwear in a certain place. And Mama bought her and me the same thing.
Uh-huh.
In fact, she got a dress, I got a dress. We dressed alike.
Really?
And when Latura's back was turned, I would go in the closet. Cause mine was rough. I don't ever remember ironing. I go in there and steal some hers
And she never realized it?
and go
Sure.
on it. Yeah, she realized. When
Wore
I
my
get to
dress
school,
up
I
one
stay
day. I
away
had on
from Lucille would put us clothes on too.
Aunt Latora never said anything?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just
some
stayed.
weapons, though.
Oh, that. Oh, you.
Mama would tell me to, I guess it was Mama. I don't believe Mama told me to clean that kitchen every day.
Uh-huh.
Because you had lye soap. You don't know anything about lye soap.
No.
Yeah.
And you had, there was no, when you wash dishes,
Uh-huh.
you had to make a fire in the stove to warm the water. I didn't know about making no fire and putting water on. You got to go draw the water first, go outside and pump it. We had a pump.
You didn't have the water coming in?
Out of the pump, outside, you pumped it.
Well, what was the sink in the kitchen for?
Wasn't no sink.
Oh.
You did it in a dish pan.
So if you had to wash your hands or something, you had to go outside?
No, you had a wash pan. A little wash, you call it wash basin.
Uh-huh.
But it was a little pan and you wash hands. You took your wash off.
Well, where was the wash machine and dryer?
Said what?
Well, how did you wash your clothes?
Outdoor, you rubbed them on a rubboard.
Oh, okay.
You know what a rubboard is?
Yeah, I saw it on a movie. So,
You know what a tub is?
uh-huh. Is that where you took your baths?
Yeah.
You didn't use the same water, did you?
I believe we did.
Who bathed first, the oldest? Who was the bully? Poor Titus, he went last, didn't he? He never did go to school clean, did he?
I don't know. You did the best you could do. That's when I said we didn't know.
Yeah, because I
that
guess
this
it wasn't in
a
film.
norm. That was a normal thing.
So what did you all? So you didn't have TVs then.
No.
So what did you all do for entertainment?
I remember Daddy used to bring grapes home. We had walnuts, hickory nuts, pecan, peanuts, and you sat around the stove at night in the wintertime,
Uh-huh.
and he would ask questions.
Really?
Daddy was good at geography,
Uh-huh.
and my mother was good with English and a lot of things. Mama was smart,
Yeah.
but Daddy didn't let her think she was smart. He would always say, "Oh, Louise, hush, that ain't the way it goes." But that's the way we did at night.
Should entertainment.
And I would, all day long, I played piano. Because I was not going to wash dishes. And when Lucille or whoever cleaned that living room up, I'd go in there, rearrange the area around the
And then the
piano.
fight started.
And it'd be a fight there. And I'd play. I would play, didn't know nothing about no piano. And a man across the street knew I stayed on the piano all the time. He was in the choir in his church. And he bought me some music and told me to learn to play that song. And I looked at it, I said, how will I ever learn to play that song? Because I didn't know nothing. I didn't think I knew any music, but I guess I did. And I played until I got it. And he told me he was going to sing a solo and he wanted me to play.
Wow.
Then when he would get off of work every day and stand in front of the house and I would play it. And then he bought me another sheet. He said, now you learn this one and I'm going to sing both of them. And that's the way I think I give him credit.
For you playing piano?
Yeah, for me playing, because I never could. He made me figure out those notes and everything.
Now, you all had a piano growing up?
Yeah.
Now, that had to be unusual back then for a black family to have.
No, piano.
We had a radio too.
Did you all sit around listening to the
My
radio?
brother used to come over every day and listen to the radio.
Now, what were holidays like when you all were growing up? Did you have a
Beautiful.
Christmas tree?
My mother always had a well-planned dinner. And we always had,
When people came from out of town, they came to my mother.
yeah.
She was a good cook.
Yeah, she was a good cook.
What were some of the best dishes that you remember that Grandma used to make? Your favorites?
My grandmother could make the best macaroni and cheese, dressing, and she made a jam cake.
I never heard of that.
Well, it was good, but nobody had sense enough to get the recipe. I have tried it, and it's just not the cake.
Okay. Now, I remember Grandma used to send us
That was the cake.
And
Oh, that was the
Nobody
cake?
liked it.
Huh?
Fruit cakes.
No, it wasn't a fruit cake.
It had walnuts and stuff. And it would get hard, and then we end up throwing it away.
Didn't Grandma make blankets too?
No,
never-
she sent us all those.
Quill.
Quilts. Didn't she make quilts?
She and some of the women in the neighborhood would get together and quilt.
Wow.
And then she would go to somebody else's house and they would quilt. It was just they would go around and help people make quilts.
Does anybody have any of her quilts?
No.
When before my mother died, she sent me quilt, that table. I still have the lace tablecloth.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
all the silverware. Now Benita has the silverware. When she had that big dinner, she told everybody this is 3 generations of silver. Came from my grandmother to my mother to me.
Cause I didn't.
Because then I bought you all the gold service.
Now, did you all had Christmas trees?
Yeah,
Did you all get toys?
yeah.
Did you all think it was Santa Claus?
Yeah, I believe in Santa Claus.
Did you
We
all have?
weren't poor as you think we were.
That was somebody poorer.
Than
that
you
we
are.
were,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, you all weren't poor. It's just that
We
things
wasn't
hadn't been
poorest.
invented yet.
We were poor. But
We
wasn't
had
the
food. There was no
poorest.
such thing as
EST. Yeah, you always find somebody poorer, and poorest.
Yeah, that's true.
We
I never will forget her, but her husband said that when he would go home from school for lunch, if the chicken laid an egg, that's what he had. If the chicken didn't lay an egg, he didn't have anything. I never forgot that.
Was that true?
Yeah, he was saying true.
Did the house on Bank Street? What kind of furniture was in the living room?
Couch, chair, radio, a table, coffee table, piano.
Okay, cause I don't remember. Now, did Granddaddy have a car?
He got a car and Daddy got his first car after I finished high school.
You remember what kind
Daddy
it was?
got a car Daddy got his car when Titus went to college.
He bought one. Well, he said he was going to buy it,
He
remember?
carried it back. We was all dressed out and he waited on him to come back. He came back walking. You remember that, Lucille?
I did. I've been waiting.
Lucille dressed Titus. I'll never forget that. We was standing out there. It was cold. And we was standing out there waiting on Dad to come back with the car. And Daddy came back walking. He didn't buy it. But Titus, I remember Titus being in college, seemed like, when his daddy bought a car.
Did Grandma drive?
No,
She never drove?
not Daddy. Mom didn't drive.
I guess
Grandma didn't drive.
Now, do you all remember your grandparents?
My grandmother. Only remember a grandmother.
And that was
My
on your
dad
mom's
is-
side? Your mom's side or your dad's side?
My mom's side.
And what was her name?
Elsie.
How long did she live?
Grandma was 90, what?
You remember her?
91, 92. Diane used to be with her all the time.
Because I don't remember her. Where did she live?
You know where our church is?
Uh-huh.
Behind there.
By herself?
No, she stayed with my Uncle Ben and Aunt Frankie, her youngest son, and his wife.
Okay. Are they still alive?
Nobody's alive. In fact, nobody.
I'm the oldest living of
Right.
everybody.
Now, when did your grandfather die?
We don't remember him.
So you all don't remember. You don't remember anybody on your dad's side?
No, but one
His
uncle
sister-in-law.
and two aunts.
When you all growing up?
Yeah.
Now, were you close to your cousins growing up? Did you all have a lot of cousins to play with?
Yeah, Juanita and Celeste. We were close.
Okay.
'Cause they lived next door
Okay.
to us for a while.
And where did they go?
Celeste did your hair.
I don't remember her. Is
When
she still alive?
When Daddy died
Yeah.
and we came home for the funeral, we stopped in Little Rock and Celeste pressed your hair.
That was in Melbourne. When
No, we stopped in Little Rock
somebody,
and Celeste did her hair.
when she came on the Melbourne and did somebody else's hair.
I have,
One of your
girls.
children.
I'm sure that she did.
Somebody in that dining room. I remember Celeste doing one of your children's hair.
Probably did, but I remember she did Tonia's in Little Rock.
Now, when you all were growing up as teenagers, did you go to parties? Did you all have a curfew? Were they strict?
Wouldn't know where to go. Where you went to church. I went to every church.
Uh-huh.
All day long.
It was a church behind us. It was Mount Zion around the corner. It was
Foot washing church.
every kind of church. That was if you wanted to go
Recreation,
somewhere, you
that
went
was
to
our-
church.
You all couldn't go out to parties, or?
Who gave parties? Celeste started giving parties in her beauty shop, and I would slip up there, and Mama would send Titus after me.
Oh, well, that wasn't fun.
I looked out the window, and he would be there. I knew what it was.
Where did you all have to be in the house before it got dark? Was Grandma strict?
Yeah, and Daddy too. You didn't. They just like you all. Your mama would let you go.
No, she wouldn't. And I know where it came from. She wasn't. Now tell me this: how did you meet Uncle Herbert?
In school,
High school?
high school.
Were you all in the class together?
No, he was a class behind me.
Well, how did you? I mean, when you first saw him, what did you think?
Oh, I was standing there and it was time for the prom. And I said, I might carry you. I was just teasing him. I wasn't thinking about taking him no prom. And I went and bought a suit. And somebody told me that, Lillian, do you intend for her to take you to the prom? I said, no. So that boy done bought a suit.
So what'd you do then?
Finally he came up to me, he said, you still want me to carry the prom, don't you? I said, well, yeah. Because I know that he wasn't able to buy no suit. But he didn't have no car.
So,
Because I was going to invite somebody who had a car. And I told him, yeah. So he got somebody I can't remember now, who had a car and bought him to pick me up.
wow.
But that was my second prom. But anyway, that's what started.
And you know what
And then
I
he
love?
started going to church.
With you?
He would be there at church. See, I was on the east side. He lived right over here.
Oh, okay.
So he would come to church. And back then, that's where you went to church. You did your little courting, I guess, at church.
So
And
when did you
walk
know
you
it was
home.
serious?
And walk home.
Did you all hold hands?
I don't remember holding no hands. I don't remember holding no hands. He died last July. I don't remember holding no hands.
I guess couples didn't do that. Now, how did you introduce him to Grandma? Was he scared to meet her?
He knew Daddy. See, because Daddy was a barber right up the street from him. That's where he got his hair cut. And I don't know, no, I didn't introduce him. He introduced himself, I guess.
Auntie.
It wasn't like you all, where you said, now what's your name?
Oh, okay. Now, did he have to ask for your hand in marriage?
Yeah, Titus told him it was time for matrimony.
What?
Titus walked out there on the porch. Well, I think it's time for a matrimony discussion.
How old was Titus?
16, 15, 16.
Had you all discussed marriage?
I think we did then.
So what?
I guess we did. I think so.
So did he have to go and talk to your dad?
No. Dad was in the bed probably listening to.
So what day did you all get married?
On Friday, October the 10th.
What do you remember about that day?
I don't remember. We went to a party, and I don't know.
Now
I
tell me.
guess you wonder, should you have done it? I think that's the biggest thing you wonder about when you, back then, did you make the right decision?
I'm going to ask you the question. I got Mama videotaped. Okay, what do you remember about your pregnancy with Melba? Were you sick? Did you gain a lot of weight?
No.
When she was born, did you see yourself?
No.
You didn't see
I
yourself
don't
with
know.
Melba? Because she looks just like you.
I know it, but I guess later on I did.
Okay, how about sister? How was your pregnancy with sister? Were you sick?
No.
You gain a lot of weight?
No.
How about Barbara?
No.
Herbert Jr.?
Yes.
Herbert
I had
Jr.?
a lot of weight. In fact, I had to get a corset to hold up my stomach.
Well,
The doctor told me to buy a maternity corset,
uh-huh.
and I did, and that was the way. And I was working as as a beautician when Junior was born. And I had to quit work because the baby was so heavy.
Uh-huh. Wow.
And he was the biggest baby. He was 9 pounds and 4 ounces. And he's the littlest.
How big was Barbara?
Barbara's 8 pounds.
How big was sister?
Sister was 7 pounds and something.
How big was Melba?
Mel about 7 pounds.
So Herbert Jr.
The biggest.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
boy for you. That's definitely a boy for you. What do you remember about them when they were younger? Did they get along? Did they play well together?
Yeah, they did. They all took care of the little one. It was like my family.
Yeah, with the
that
girls
I
and
grew up at. My brother was the youngest. And Barbara, I could see me in her as being the third child.
Okay.
And immediately I recognized that she felt left out. And Barbara would come out in the shop and put her hand on my leg and stand there for hours while I worked.
Really?
And I never would tell them to move because I remember them telling me to move. That you had a little brother.
Oh.
And I never pushed Barbara aside. And she would come in from kindergarten and look in the trash to see if Herbert Jr. had anything while she was gone.
Really?
And I said, now that child is suffering. And I would wait till she come in if I had to go to the store.
Uh-huh.
And carry she and Herbert Jr. with me. Make sure that he didn't get nothing.
That she didn't get.
Yeah. And today, if Barbara come home, Mama, let's. Everything is let's.
Uh-huh.
Let's go so and so. Let's.
Because she's still the baby. She's the baby
Still a
girl.
baby.
And you were the baby. There's a lot of things I don't remember about like grandma and grandpa. Grandpa died first, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was he sick?
Grandpa died before Maybelle. You remember us talking about Helois's mother?
Uh-huh.
Before she was born.
Uh-huh.
So she didn't remember her daddy.
Okay.
So she didn't remember. Come on!
I just
She
thought
didn't.
that-